exodus of God's people from 430 years of slavery in Egypt, they were camped along the southern border of the Promised Land, their new home, at a place called Kadesh Barnea. The Promised Land was theirs. I mean, it was granted to them as far back as God's original call to Abraham in Genesis chapter 15. It was a gift from God to Israel, a gift wherein his people would reign and rule as a great nation, a nation from which all other families on the face of the earth would be blessed. In granting this gift to his people, God assured them that he would send his angel into the land ahead of them, that the angel would drive out the inhabitants of the land. And so all Israel needed to do was step over the boundary and take possession of the land. But that's not what happened, because the people got scared. The fear of the people outweighed their faith in God. Before they were to take possession of the land, God told Moses to send in some guys to spy out the land. They went in and spied out the land. The idea was, go in and see if the land isn't everything that I told you that it was, and then report back. And when they reported back, 10 of the 12 came back terrified of what they saw. They said, yeah, the land was fruitful. I mean, it flowed with milk and honey, just like God said. They had to have guys with poles, 2 guys, to carry out the bundles of grapes because they were so huge. And yet they also said that the land was nightmarish, that it swallowed up its own inhabitants, it devoured them. And that it was filled with giants who lived in impregnable walled cities. And they said, we are not able to go up against this people. They are too strong for us. Well, I mean, how did they get that? Did they do battle with them? Did they spar a little bit? No. Their mission was very stealth in nature. Just go, look at the land, and report back what you find. So they came back and they said, no, we cannot do this, for they are too strong for us. For who? For us. Joshua and Caleb, on the other hand, they never doubted the promise of God. They said, absolutely, we should go in and take this land, for we certainly can do it. They knew that because God said they could do it. I read once that fear doubts the supremacy of the divine arrangement. And what that means is that my level of fear is directly proportional to my lack of trust that God actually means what he says. Hear the energy of Caleb's plea when he tries to persuade the people to take the land. Do not be afraid of the people of this land, because we will swallow them up. Their protection is gone, but Yahweh is with us. Wow! Powerful, inspiring words. Their protection is gone, but Yahweh is with us. You see, this wasn't even Israel's issue. This was God's issue. And it's no different for us. We face these things throughout our days. It's not even our issue. It is God's issue. We need to let God be God, let God fight his own battles on our behalf, and the whole time we just walk behind him faithfully on the path that he carves out for us. Tomorrow we'll explore this issue a little more deeply. But for now, I just want you to walk victoriously in Christ.